Alright, welcome back to part 5. Hopefully we'll get some real progress today. The goal today is to get the sanding completed. We'll touch up any spots that need more mud. There's a few. I suck at mudding. And then maybe we'll attack the paint as well in this episode. Thank you so much for following along. I look forward to finally getting this place done and moving on to the apartment. Holy crap, I'm exhausted. It is unbelievably difficult to do such simple tasks. It's definitely not perfect, but I don't know if I care, and I don't know if anybody would notice unless they do this for a living or they're me. So I'll do a little bit more sanding. I'm gonna come back through with the mud to touch everything up. I'll sand that and then I'm calling it good. Time to shower. Yeah, I don't know who would have guessed this, but I had to put another coat of mud on the walls. Not everywhere, but enough. So while I'm waiting for the mud to dry, I'm going to rip the steps out, which seems unrelated, but it's not, I promise. So this is oscillating tool. It's got a metal blade on it. I'm just gonna cut the heads off the nails and then pop the boards up. It should be a lot easier than whatever I was trying to do before. Probably not good to breathe that in. So with deck boards, normally I just cut the tops off the nails and the boards pop right out. These nails are bigger, these boards are bigger, but I figured it'd be the same concept and it doesn't seem like it. Alright, what's the best way to get these stairs out? Because I cut the tops off the nails and nothing happened, so I could just zip them down the center. That was like 19 times more difficult than I thought it would be. I was pulling on this one to try to get it out. Stood on it to leave and it popped right up. So the bottom board's off. I'm gonna leave the rest of them for now and we'll see if we even need to pull them up to clean. You can see that on the bottom, it's still solid, but look at the edge ones. There's like totally rotted off because the concrete seeps or is porous, so it gets really damp when it's raining outside. So this one's totally shot. So I'm glad I pulled the bottom step off because we should replace that. Or at the very least, patch it up. All right, we'll get the broom out. We'll sweep all that's under here and we'll take a look. There's the drill battery I dropped. Sweet, I'll have to clean that off. Under here, there's a little tiny piece of wood, like a shim, and it's probably there to keep it nice and snug. However, it also seems to have been the only one that got away rot-free. So I might put a shim under all three when I'm done. Episode 5, day 2. So everything's dry. We can start the sanding process for hopefully the final time. We have, let me show you. The stairs are out in the bottom. The bottoms of the stair runners were rotted. So I'm gonna cut the bottoms of those off, and I'm gonna leave the rest of the stairs for now. And there's a couple of reasons why. The first and the most major one is I don't think I'm gonna paint the concrete. And the reason why is it's this attached area always seeps. So the concrete floor is always just slightly damp. So I'm worried that if I paint it, it's just gonna peel back off and it's just gonna be a waste of time and money. So I'm gonna leave the floor the way it is, and I'm gonna buy those click deck floorings. It looks like wood, but it's plastic click tiles. And I'll click them together at the bottom of the stairs. I'm gonna scrape all the junk off of the old steps and then just paint them. We'll leave the final 2 steps fresh wood at the bottom. I think it'll look better than it's sounding like it'll look. So today I'm going to sand the walls, and then I'm gonna go figure out what paint I wanna buy, and I'm trying to decide if I want to roll or spray the room, because it's the perfect candidate to learn how to use the paint sprayer. So we'll crack off. Thank you for watching. It's fun to watch the views grow, and it's not a lot, but it's enough people that I'm gonna keep filming, at least for this project, and we'll see how the next one goes. All right, sanding's done. Time to go to the hardware store and pick some paint. We'll vacuum the walls before we put anything on them. Vacuum the walls and the floor, just a quick one. I'm gonna go get some paint, and then we'll wash the walls down with like a damp cloth, I guess, to get rid of like the final layer of dust that's on them. Plan with the floor and the stairs is we're gonna paint the walls first. Then I'm gonna assess how much paint I got on the stairs. If the stairs are salvageable, I'm just gonna paint them white or gray or some sort of color that's not 80s blue. We'll fix the rot down here, put new bottoms on these and reinforce them, put 2 new steps in at the bottom. I don't think I'm gonna paint this, only because the floor is in a constant state of damp. Basically, I'm afraid the paint's just gonna peel right off the concrete as it has with this stuff, and I'd rather return it and get my $70 or whatever the concrete paint costs back. I think with new steps, new walls, and maybe trim around this door, I think it's gonna look good enough the way that it is. If you haven't figured it out by now, I don't have a plan, so we'll see how everything goes, and I'll kind of make my mind up as we go along. I bought something. It's the Wagner 130 Control Pro. It's a sprayer, and I don't have to thin the paint, and I try to limit every possible option for mistakes being made, and thinning would be some mistake that I would make. So we bought this. I say we. My wife didn't know until I came home with it, but she's being very supportive because it means she doesn't have to paint. So I've wiped the walls. I'm gonna fill the paint sprayer up, and we're gonna give her a go with primer. All taped up. I'll give you a tour. Friggin' out. I don't know if I have any more. Shit. I didn't think it was gonna eat that much primer, so I guess I'm gonna rinse the entire machine out, go buy more primer, come back and try again. I might actually put that mask back on. Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here because this mask was the only thing stopping me from breathing in all of this junk. I went around right quick and put an extra coat while it was still wet. I just shot all the spots that looked bad. So even on camera now, it doesn't look horrible. Just remember, this is primer and it was right over raw drywall. And like, honestly, all things considered, it turned out really good. The paint sprayer takes way longer to clean than I expected, and the primer takes a couple hours to dry. So I'm gonna leave this episode for tonight. I'll see if I can get some editing done and fire it up, and we'll start with the paint tomorrow.